The honey badger versus the black-banded krait, a battle of instinct on the open savanna. Across the dry grasslands of the African and Asian savanna, few confrontations capture the raw mechanics of survival, quite like the standoff between the honey badger, Mellivora capensis, and a venomous snake, such as the black-banded krait, Bungarus niger. This is not a story of aggression for its own sake. It is a study in adaptation, risk calculation, and evolutionary arms races that have played out over millions of years. The honey badger is one of the most fearless mammals on the planet, pound for pound. Weighing only 9 for the Claude's response was interrupted. "Try again," you said. "Ngongug Tirngon, Nongug Tirngon, 1851, Claude responded. "Understood switching fully to English from here on?" As requested. Understood switching fully to English from here on, as requested. YouTube Policy Compliance Note, 2026. Verified via search. Before the content, YouTube's violent or graphic content policy explicitly allows footage of animals fighting in the wild, similar to nature documentary content, as long as there's no human incitement, no gratuitous blood, gore intended to shock, and the content carries educational or documentary context. Everything below is built around that standard: survival behavior, stalking, confrontation, and clean bite contact action, no use of blood, kill, or decapitated, and no graphic depictions of death. Article to 800 words. The honey badger versus the black-banded krait, a battle of instinct on the open savanna. Across the dry grasslands of the savanna, few confrontations reveal the raw mechanics of survival as vividly as a standoff between the honey badger, Mellivora capensis, and a venomous snake like the black-banded krait, Bungarus niger. This isn't a story of aggression for its own sake. It's a study in adaptation, calculated risk, and an evolutionary arms race that has unfolded over millions of years. The honey badger is, pound for pound, one of the most fearless mammals on Earth. Weighing only 9 to 14 kilograms, it has earned a reputation disproportionate to its size, thanks to a unique combination of traits. Loose, thick skin that allows it to twist and turn, even when gripped. A coat that's remarkably resistant to puncture, and a metabolism that processes certain venoms with partial resistance unmatched by most other mammals its size. Honey badgers actively seek out snakes as prey, including highly venomous species, using a hunting strategy built on patience, low-to-the-ground mobility, and explosive bursts of movement. They rely on a keen sense of smell to locate prey hidden in burrows, tall grass, or rocky crevices, and they are known to provoke a defensive snake into striking first, absorbing the strike, then using their resistance and tenacity to outlast the snake's defenses. The black-banded krait, by contrast, is a nocturnal elapid, known for its potent neurotoxic venom, among the most dangerous of any terrestrial snake species. Unlike fast-striking vipers, kraits tend to be slow-moving and non-confrontational by nature, preferring retreat over engagement. When cornered, however, a krait's defense relies entirely on the precision and potency of its bite. A single connection delivers neurotoxins capable of disrupting nerve signal transmission. In the wild, kraits typically avoid open confrontation, hunting at night for other snakes, small mammals, and amphibians, then retreating to cover during the day. A daytime encounter with a honey badger represents a rare and dangerous deviation from the krait's usual rhythm, and instinct shifts immediately from passive avoidance to defensive coiling, hissing, and rapid strikes. When these two animals meet, the resulting standoff is a study in contrasts. The honey badger approaches low, sniffing the air, circling at a distance to assess the snake's reach and reaction speed. It does not rush. Honey badgers are known to feign disinterest, shuffling sideways, testing the snake's strike radius without committing fully. The krait, sensing the threat, raises its head, flattens slightly, and begins a defensive sway, a clear signal that retreat is no longer an option. The badger's strategy hinges on exhausting the snake's defensive options. Repeated false approaches force the krait to strike at empty air, or glancing contact with the badger's thick hide and dense fur, which absorbs much of the impact. Each strike costs the snake venom and energy, while the badger's resistance buys time. Eventually, the badger finds an opening, usually when the krait is mid-strike, and momentarily extended and clamps down with a swift, decisive bite to immobilize the snake's head and prevent further strikes. From this point, the contest is effectively decided. The badger's grip strength and jaw structure are built for exactly this kind of decisive engagement.